Good morning, dear students. Today we are going to continue the remaining portion of phylum, subphylum Urochordata with its another class that is Thaliaceae. In the last class, we have learned about class Acidaceae, and today we start with Thaliaceae. First, its general characteristics regarding the habit. It is a free swimming pelagic as well as solitary forms and also colonial. So regarding the habit, they are free swimming, pelagic. Pelagic means it is found in the surface layers, and solitary as well as colonial forms also present under this class Thaliaceae. Regarding the body, how is the body? Body is barrel shaped body with a transparent permanent test is present. Case of Thaliaceae. And mouth and atriopore at opposite end. And still here in the SDA we have seen that mouth and atriopore are seen on the same end. But here the mouth opening and the atriopore are in opposite ends of the body. And coming to the musculature, how is the musculature? Muscles are arranged in the form of incomplete rings. Muscles are arranged in the form of incomplete rings around its body. Then tail and notochord. In the case of adults, they totally lack this tail and notochord. Then they are all hermaphrodites. Hermaphrodite means sexes are unitedly seen in the same individual. Reproduction is asexual and it occurs to or takes place by budding. And then life cycle shows alternation of generation. So next we are going to learn an example of Thaliaceae, class Thaliaceae. There is Salpa. I will show you an image of Salpa. This is Salpa. Regarding this organism, we are going to learn. Next, what is the nature? It is a small pelagic. Pelagic means seen on the surface. Free swimming Urochordate. And where's its habitat? It is found in tropical, temperate and cold seas. And how is its body? Body is transparent and barrel shaped with branchial and atrial apertures at opposite ends. And then alternation of generation is present. Alternation of generation means in its life cycle, single life cycle, both sexual phase and asexual phase exist. It alternates. Asexual phase alternate with the sexual phase in single life cycle of Salpa. So that's why it is saying that it is showing the property alternation of generation. Then asexual phase, that phase is represented by oozoids. Asexual phase is otherwise called solitaria phase. Then sexual phase, it is represented by gonozoids. It is otherwise called gregaria phase. Next, muscles arrangement. How the muscles arranged in its body? I already told you that it is arranged in the form of incomplete rings around the body. In that way, muscles are arranged in this Salpa. Then how it move? Move by the strong and coordinated contractions of the muscle bands. Understand? It moves by the strong and coordinated contraction of that muscle bands. Because of that contraction, they pump water out of its body in the form of a jet and moves in opposite direction. I will show you that. Because suppose it is its body and muscles are there, and because of its contraction of this muscle, water is expelled out of the body in the form of a jet and it moves in opposite direction. Opposite direction in which it expels the water. This is its mode of movement. Clear? Okay, then what about the pharynx? Pharynx is very spacious chamber in Salpa and has a pair of large gill slits also there. And endostale also. Endostale, what is endostale? We have learned the endostale, what is endostale in the first chapter itself. In the diagnostic features of chordates. What is endostale? Endostale is the ciliated groove where it is seen in the floor of the pharynx. So here also that endostale is present. And what it feeds on? It feeds on planktonic organisms. Okay. Next, I am going to explain you about the asexual phase in the life cycle of Salpa. That asexual phase is represented by oozoid. First, symmetry. What is the symmetry of the asexual oozoid? It is bilateral symmetry. Bilateral symmetry. This picture is shown here. And posteriorly, in the posterior side, here, the test is produced into two processes in the posterior. That is a peculiarity of the test of the Salpa during its asexual phase. And next important thing is nucleus. Nucleus means it's a structure. It is not shown in this picture anyway. That structure means it is a globular mass. Globular mass formed of the union of different internal organs like esophagus, stomach, pylori gland and intestine. All these internal organs combine together to form a globular structure called a nucleus. Okay. And the muscle bands we can see here. Muscle bands, 7 to 20 muscle bands are present in the body and they all didn't meet ventrally together. Then I am going to explain about the stolon. What is stolon? This asexual loosoid or the solitaria phase, it is otherwise called solitaria phase. It doesn't have any gonads, but it develops a ribbon shaped structure that it is called stolon. Stolon means a ribbon shaped structure. From where it is developing? Near the entostyle. It develops from a region near to the entostyle. Then it elongates and then buds off. Buds off means it is detached from its body and gives rise to a chain of blastozooids. And each blastozooids later become sexual gonozooids. Okay, that's about the asexual phase. Clear? Then I am moving to the sexual phase. Sexual phase. Sexual phase is represented by blastozooid. Blastozooid is formed at the end of this asexual phase that we have seen here. Then we are going to understand what is happening to this blastozooid. This blastozooid is very small in size. It is ovoid in shape, in outline, and it is asymmetric. And what's the difference of this blastozooid from the asexual oozoid? The difference is that this blastozooid have gonads and few muscle bands. It doesn't have gonads, but the blastozooid have gonads. And test process and stolon that is present in oozoid, it is absent were in blastozooid. And these gonozooids are bisexual, means both gonads are present in the same one. Then next point is protogynous. That means even since it is bisexual, its ovary is maturing first. Since its ovary is maturing first, it is called protogynous. Gynous means something relating with the female reproductive structure. So as ovary is maturing first, it is protogynous. And what about the fertilization? Fertilization is taking place internally inside the body, and the zygote then develops inside a pouch in the atrial wall. The zygote is developed in a pouch, develops inside the pouch on the atrial wall. Atrium, we know that. What is atrium? Atrium is the cavity formed inside the ectoderm, not in the mesoderm. So, in the atrial wall, a pouch is formed. Inside that pouch, that zygote is developing. That zygote is developing. That pouch is called uterine sac. That pouch is called uterine sac. That's about fertilization. Fertilization is internal. Zygote develop inside the pouch. That pouch is formed on the arterial wall. That pouch is called the uterine sac. And the development, regarding the development, it is direct without any larval stage. And then embryo then transform into asexual oozoid. That means again the asexual phase is starting, and it escapes from the parent's body. Escape from the parent's body and leads a free swimming life. Later, it again develop the stolon. It buds off and continues these processes, and again it become oozoid, and it goes on. Okay, with this we finish this chapter. Thank you.